My ghost is so petty. The dish rack was the first sign, gleaming and perfect, every plate slotted by size. I'd left a mountain of ceramic chaos in the sink that morning. Propped against the sugar bowl was a crisp, folded post-it note. Some of us still maintain standards, it read, in a delicate, looping script. I crumpled it up. This was the third time this week. On Monday, my books had been rearranged from a comfortable pile into a rigid, alphabetized row. The note then, clutter is the sign of a cluttered mind. Not unlike the caterwauling from 3B last night. I started to get jumpy. The tidying was one thing, but the commentary was getting personal. The ghost, my ghost, was clearly a snob. Last night, the air had been thick with tension. I could feel it, a sort of prickly static, the hum of spectral disapproval. This morning, I found every sock I owned paired and folded, a feat I hadn't managed in my entire adult life. The note was taped to my bedroom door. I do hope you're not associating with the entity in 3B. Such a dreadful, moaning creature. It rattles its chains like a common stage villain. No class. That was it. I was living in the middle of a supernatural turf war. The tension was unbearable. What if they started fighting? What does a ghost fight even look like? I couldn't take it anymore. I marched out of my apartment, 4B, and banged on the door of 3B. I was going to tell my neighbor we had a problem. The door creaked open, and a tired-looking woman, maybe my age, peered out. She looked as exhausted as I felt. "Hi," I stammered, "this is going to sound insane, but I think my ghost has a problem with your ghost." She just stared at me for a long moment, then her shoulders slumped in weary recognition. "Oh, thank God," she sighed. "You get the notes, too?" "Notes? Mine just tidies everything and complains about your ghost's dreadful moaning," I said. She shook her head, a flicker of a smile on her face. "It's not a ghost. That was me. I was crying. My ex is a nightmare." She paused, then held up a perfectly folded tea towel from her own kitchen. "Mine doesn't leave notes. It just folds my laundry and leaves single, perfect, red roses on my pillow." We stood in the silence of the hallway, the two of us, connecting the dots. The critical notes I received, the romantic gestures she received. The constant, obsessive tidying in both our apartments. It wasn't two ghosts fighting. It was one ghost, working. I finally understood what my poltergeist was trying to haunt.